First Peter chapter 3, verse 15. It says, "But in your hearts, revere Christ as Lord. Always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. But do this with gentleness and respect." So let's talk about it. Hope to me seemed a little different in the beginning. Hope was like everything going great. So I'm hopeful because everything going great. But when everything would go the opposite in the wrong direction and it felt bad and it felt overwhelming and it felt just like I need a breather. And I realized I didn't have the hope that I thought I had. And then I also realized that my hope was in the wrong place. My hope was in myself. My hope was in my foundation to make it better. Then I realized I literally had came to the end of me. And so therefore, I ain't had no hope. I didn't feel hopeful. It was nothing to be hopeful for because it was too much in front of me. And so I had to realize I had to gain a better and a greater perspective and realize my hope is misplaced. And so as I continue to keep my hope in myself, it's always going to feel like it's not enough. It's always going to feel like overwhelming. It's always going to cause me to feel pressured. It's always going to cause me to feel like emotionally drained because as a human being, we have a capacity. And so therefore, I just felt like I was at my own capacity. And I felt like the capacity of what was going on in front of me, I needed more capacity, but I didn't have the mental capacity, emotional capacity, or the physical capacity to continue to like remain hopeful because I just felt like I needed help. So therefore, when I began to grow my relationship with the Lord, with spending time in the Word, I started to realize I was missing out on an everlasting hope, like a hope that would give me endurance, a hope that would keep me steadfast, a hope that would continue like to keep me encouraged. I didn't have that. I didn't have that because I didn't have anything else to give. But as I continue to lean on the Lord and as I continue to place my cares at the feet of Jesus, I started to feel refreshed. I started to feel peace. I could feel the fruit of his spirit coming alive in my life, which was peace. And I started to say, wait a minute, this is what I was missing. I was missing the hope of Jesus. The hope wasn't the absence of things just not going wrong. No, it was literally having hope in the midst of hardships, hope in the midst of obstacles, hope in the midst of challenges. And I just started to realize I did something right with developing a relationship with Jesus, with walking after the Spirit, with living for God. This is the better decision. Even though I felt like in the beginning, I thought like, when you come to a relationship that, oh, it's going to immediately get better. No, coming to a relationship with the Lord taught me endurance, taught me to have peace in the midst of chaos, taught me to have strength in the middle of challenges, taught me to keep going when the obstacles kept coming. And I realized I need that enduring hope, that steadfast hope, that hope of longevity, that hope to endure when the obstacles keep coming, that hope to endure when the challenges keep stacking up. I need to have a peace that surpasses our understanding. And so I started to realize it's not the absence of problems. It's not the absence of things not occurring. It's just understanding that I can be hopeful in the midst of it all. I can always be hopeful because of my relationship with Jesus, because of my access that I have, because of the reconciliation Jesus gave me. I have this access that I can pray and I can just believe and know that the Lord will work in me and will help me and will refresh me. I got this access that will give me the momentum and the energy to keep on going, that I don't have to feel depleted, but I can lean on the power of the Holy Spirit to refresh me, to renew me, to restore me, to revive me. I'm like, this is a hope that I'm sure about. This is a hope that I know that it won't give out. This is an everlasting hope. So I just want to encourage you that no matter what you face, a hope in Jesus is a hope that's worth it. A hope in Jesus is a hope that's everlasting. And so I just want you to know that when you come into a relationship with the Lord, he will give you hope. Therefore, you could be confident that we serve a God who will help us, who will give us wisdom, who will give us clarity, who will help us to get through all things. He will give us divine strategy. We just have to follow his lead. And we have to know where our hope come from. And our hope is in him. Like, regardless of what's happening in front of us, we got to know. We got to be sure, without a doubt, hey, that this hope that I have is a sure hope that will keep me hopeful and that will keep me enduring. So I want you to be encouraged, and I want you to know that God is for you, that God is with you, and that God will take care of you. So be encouraged.